I suddenly realized that our world had been shattered.
The expressions on our doctor's faces told us something was wrong. We learned our son would survive, but he only had one kidney, and his lower left side below his waist had not developed.
But we also came to the realization that there are parents who must face the same challenges we did without the resources to give their children.
But the United Way agencies here in Philadelphia are helping children like Christopher.
And now I'd like for you to meet our son, Christopher. The surgeries he's had helped correct his right leg, and you're giving children just like Christopher that same chance at life when you give to the United Way. The United Way. It brings out the best in all of us.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Miller Lite. America's favorite light beer brings you the Miller Lite All-Star Super Bowl game. AC Delco, automotive parts that don't just fit, they match. And by today's Chevrolet, who invite you to see why nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Bert Lundquist, Terry Bradshaw from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. The Redskins lead it 3-0 as we begin the second quarter, and they have a first down at their own 47-yard line. Ray Brown replaced Joe Jacoby. There's Mark Schlereth from Anchorage, Alaska, by way of the University of Idaho, number 69, getting his first NFL start. This game, by the way, is being televised in Anchorage today, and Mark's mother and dad are back there watching, some 4 hours behind us, so it's mid-morning in Anchorage. First down and 10. High formation with Bina, the up back. Williams with an audible. Waters coming on the blitz. They sneak it through on the right side. Jamie Morris, and now a flag flies from way over on the near side of the field. So we'll check the infraction. It'll be against the Redskins.
Interesting matchup today will be between Andre Waters and Doug Williams. And Doug Williams will be keying.
Holding number 76 to the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's Ed Simmons, who is starting in Jim Lachey's spot at left tackle. And as Terry said, Russ Grimm is also not going to play today except in dire emergency.
Yeah.
Andre Waters
and Williams. And Williams will be keying Waters for man and zone. Waters today is the quarterback's key as to what the defense is doing. And if Waters blitzes, then it's Williams' responsibility to throw to the receiver to the side that Waters will be blitzing from. So we'll be watching that to see exactly how it goes.
First and 20. Draw play. There's the counter tray again. Second time they've run it. And Ernest Biner fights and scraps his way across the 45. Let's watch Mark Schlereth, the rookie from the University of Idaho, number 69.
Counter tray was run left to right early. Not much there. Now Schlereth will be leading at guard. Notice 69, a key. He's the kick-out block, and then the tackle follows in behind. Good job.
Interesting. He said yesterday that at Robert Service High School in Anchorage, they ran the counter tray with his head coach, Jim McGee. They played a 7-game season up in Anchorage. They had to quit in October because he said the Gatorade froze about that time. Second down and 10. Ernest Biner inside the 50 near the 48. Let's check in with Mark Schlereth again. He's matched up against Mike Pitts for much of the afternoon.
There are a lot of ways to help an offensive lineman get his block, and one of them is to fake a pass and then have a run, and this is a draw that's run. Nice job. Schlereth got his arm outside of Pitts, learned how to hold early in his career out of Alaska, but that's okay. You know, if you hold and you get away with it, big deal. Everybody does it. But once again, the run, the fake pass, draw helps an offensive lineman set up his blocks.
3rd and 4. Redskins haven't converted to 3rd down yet. Now that might be enough for it. Yes, to the 41-yard line. The pass complete.
Isn't that amazing that...
And Schlereth and Pitts. And Biner and Pitts go after each other. Now Jerome Brown. And help comes from the bench.
I don't know what's wrong with Biner, but Biner's crazy. He's a little bitty guy. That Pitts is a big guy.
Well, it started not with Biner, but Biner came in late. It was Mark Schlereth from Anchorage, Alaska, and Mike Pitts from Alabama.
Well, let's look and check out Schlereth and see what happened. 69. Coming inside on Pitts, there's the left hand grabbing the jersey, so I know that's making Pitts mad. Now back to the inside. Now Pitts has had enough of the holding, and he's going to check out the young guy and find out what he's made of. And I don't see any back down from Schlereth. Whoa, right arm slug, and now Biner. Now this is where I said this is crazy.
Conduct. Number 74 of the offense. I'm sorry. Number 76 of the offense. 74 of the defense. The penalty's offset. Third down.
Well, it was obviously 69 instead of 76. Now Doug Williams is saying, wait a minute. Pitts threw the first punch. And he calls his offensive line back together.
The thing to do is to get him in the huddle and call a play and forget about it. That's as a quarterback, in no sense dwelling on it. Simmons, number one, you're not even you're free. You're not even part of this. It's Schlereth, the young guy.
Yeah, it wasn't Simmons at all.
No, you're okay. You're fine. Don't worry about it. There's our guy. There's our Alaskan guy. He's probably mad because it's not snowing and freezing and muddy here.
Well, just to follow up on the Schlereth story, he did take a recruiting trip. He got offers from two schools, Hawaii and Idaho. He visited Hawaii,
Smart guy.
Turned it down. He said the weather was too nice. He was used to weather of a different sort, so he went to the University of Idaho.
What kind of guy?
Williams, deep, incomplete. Ricky Sanders at the goal line. What a pretty play from both ends, offensively and defensively.
Well, the play action was designed to, this case, not so much for the linebackers to hold them, because this is a one-man route, really. It's designed to get the safety out of the middle so that Doug can throw the post to Sanders. There's Sanders setting up Eric Allen. Allen doing a good job. The only difference in this pass, if the post isn't there, almost a great catch. What Doug could have done is drill the ball and led that time Ricky Sanders back in the middle and let him adjust on the ball and make the grab.
Second down and 10. 3-0. Clark starts in motion. Inside the 30. Ricky Sanders with the grab. That's enough for another Redskin first down.
Second down passing is the hardest down for a secondary to cover, especially if it's 10 yards, because if you play underneath it, then he goes over behind you. If it's second and short, it's easy. You know the guy's got to get 4 yards, and they're going to run 5 yards. But at 10, they might go 15 and work back. But that time, just down and turn around. Really puts a lot of pressure on a secondary when they need 10 or 15 yards.
First down and 10 now. Quick count. Whoa! Hello! Byron Evans. The middle linebacker.
The hammer.
Said he wants to be an actor when his professional football career is over. And he said, you know, an actor like the Hammer.
Absolutely.
Fred Williams.
56. Counter tray, nice lead. Jamie Moore's coming inside, and there's the Hammer. Maybe that's his nickname. Maybe we ought to name him the Hammer.
Interesting. Byron Evans, we were talking. Terry asked him yesterday about the change he goes through from the time he arrives at the stadium until he suits up for the game. He said it's kind of like starting out with Beethoven on your radio in the morning and winding up with hard rock just before the game starts. Simmons, who has really come on this year.
If you're going to run to the right, you have to be able to seal back to the left. The left lineman, the tackle and the guard and the center have to block back to the left. This is the counter tray to the right. It's imperative that your left side block back and seal. That time no one blocked Simmons. He came free and made the stop. That's the only way you stop the counter tray from the backside, is if people don't block you. They don't seal off.
Monk goes wide to the left on 3rd and 14. That's Tice in motion, followed by Joyner. They roll it left, and Williams is sacked.
Great job in the secondary. The Eagles, everyone was covered. Doug Williams tells you, the one thing I hate I don't have anymore in my career is my legs. I can't run like Rendell Cunningham. Notice he comes out. It's a set-up pocket outside, but a good job by Simmons, who broke down the pocket and forced Williams inside.
And also takes them